Are you looking for peace of mind at your doorstep? Look no further. With the Blink Video Doorbell, your home's entrance is always within your control. Check out the link in the video description to learn more and get your Blink Video Doorbell on Amazon. Your home is in your hands.
White House aides carried out a calculated years-long plot to hide President Joe Biden's cognitive decline from the world that failed miserably as a flood of Democrats demanded he drop out of the presidential race in the 24 days after his disastrous debate. It all culminated when Biden made the seismic decision to withdraw from the presidential race and officially endorse Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee. Staff closest to the ailing 81-year-old deployed a multitude of tactics to hide his deficiencies, limiting reporter access to him, giving the president smaller stairs for Air Force One and physically surrounding him in public to hide his stiff walk, a former Biden aide tells DailyMail.com. Biden has also been given large print note cards with the most basic of instructions written on them for almost every event and kept to a tighter daily schedule so he can get more sleep. There was even staff charged with devising strategies to keep the president from falling down, the source said. Now, as one insider told DailyMail.com, those advisors who coordinated the president's protective cocoon should be held to blame for his spectacular fall from grace. The ex-senior staffer, who spoke on condition of anonymity before Biden announced his extraordinary decision, said the guardrails placed around Biden meant his meandering and mumbling debate performance was amplified to the more than 50 million viewers. And because his deficits had been shielded from the public by those inner circle aides, many Americans were shocked to suddenly see his dramatic decline exposed live on national TV. Biden's falls and gaffes since he took office in 2021 were highlighted largely by conservative-leaning media outlets, but all but ignored by more liberal news organizations. That is, until his primetime car crash 24 days ago on CNN. I always thought that it was the people around him that were going to be his downfall, the source told DailyMail.com. The source added that any CEO would be a moron to hire anyone from the Biden administration when they have done this much damage to a brand. Biden's inner circle, they say, carpet-bombed his relationships with the media that he built over 40 years by waging an unnecessary war of choice with an entire industry that shapes public perception. It was the war that they waged, it was the access that they limited, it was the opportunities they turned down, it was the gatekeeping and hiding him from authentic interaction. All those things that were calculated by his team are his downfall, the ex-aide continued. The problem is when you hide him, or when you limit his ability to engage and communicate, people are not conditioned to seeing him, the source said. So his mistakes and his age are amplified. And even if they're common, normal, verbal gaffes or slip-ups, like confusing two different presidents' names, those common mistakes are going to be put on blast by the media because he's so infrequently engaging in unscripted ways. The source said Biden could have survived the debate fallout if the White House had done two things: goodwill and credibility with the press corps. The West Wing has deployed multiple strategies to explain any of Biden's missteps and have been accused of doing everything they can to cover up his decline. Author Chris Whipple, who wrote a biography on Biden in 2022, called this White House the most scripted in history. Biden has hosted an historically low number of press conferences and given very little interviews. When he speaks, he relies heavily on a teleprompter and only rarely takes questions. His press aides are extremely defensive and attack reports questioning his health or showing the president freezing or in an awkward encounter. In June, when several videos showed what appeared to be the president freezing, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre dubbed them cheap fakes and pushed that they were deceptively edited. In one case, it's clear that Biden is engaging with a paratrooper off-screen in a viral video from the G7 in Italy, but in others, the president does appear to be spaced out, first at a Juneteenth concert and then at a fundraiser where former President Barack Obama leads him off stage. But Jean-Pierre has also refused to answer direct questions when the president has been guilty of a gaffe. When Biden called Japan xenophobic, low